In The Young and the Restless, Billy Abbott remains a deeply conflicted and emotionally complex character, especially when it comes to his relationships with his family and the people closest to him. At the heart of his struggles is his tendency to be inwardly focused, often driven by personal insecurities and a refusal to mature. His actions continue to impact those around him, especially Jill Abbott, who is doing everything in her power to try and repair her fractured relationship with her son. Jill, ever the mother, has returned to Genoa City, eager to reconnect with Billy and offer him the support and guidance he desperately needs. She has always had a soft spot for him, even though their relationship has been far from perfect. Jill is trying to invest in Abbott Communications as a way to help Billy and give him a chance to redeem himself. She sees this investment as an opportunity to repair the damage that has been done, to give Billy the platform to prove his worth, both to himself and to those around him. However, her plan hits a major snag when Sally Spectra, who has been standing by Billy's side, unintentionally reveals Jill's intentions. Billy, instead of seeing his mother's actions as a gesture of love and support, reacts with ingratitude and bitterness, focusing only on how he perceives Jill's involvement as an intrusion into his life. Billy's jealousy and resentment toward the relationship between Jill and Kane Ashby only complicate matters. While Jill's relationship with Kane is built on mutual respect and understanding, Billy's focus is entirely on his own emotions. He refuses to see the bigger picture, instead choosing to dwell on his own insecurities. It's clear that Billy's emotional immaturity is at the root of much of his struggles. His unwillingness to acknowledge the sacrifices Jill is making to help him reflects his deep-seated selfishness, and it continues to alienate those who are trying to offer him support. What Billy fails to recognize is that Jill's actions, her investment, her attempts to repair their relationship, are rooted in genuine concern for him. However, his need for control and his inability to see beyond his own frustrations cloud his judgment. He believes that Jill's efforts to help him are just another form of manipulation, and this belief drives a further wedge between them. Billy's emotional response is both a reflection of his own inner turmoil and his inability to trust those who care about him, a pattern that has plagued him throughout his life. While Billy remains caught in this cycle of self-destructive behavior, Sally Spectra is forced to reassess her relationship with him. Initially, Sally had been drawn to Billy, finding comfort in the idea that they were both somewhat broken, both seeking a new path forward. However, as time goes on, Sally begins to question whether being with Billy is worth the emotional toll it takes on her. Sally's emotional investment in Billy has made her increasingly aware of his patterns of behavior. She has seen how he repeatedly fails to learn from his mistakes, even though he outwardly expresses a desire for change. The truth is, Billy may have stopped gambling, but he hasn't stopped sabotaging himself. He continues to make reckless business decisions, often acting impulsively, and this self-destructive streak has become a burden on everyone around him. As much as Sally wants to believe in Billy's potential, she's beginning to see that he may never truly change. His tendency to push people away when they try to help, his unwillingness to take responsibility for his actions, and his constant need to control his surroundings make him a difficult partner, both personally and professionally. This realization leads Sally to confront the uncomfortable truth: Billy may never be the man she needs him to be. The cracks in their relationship begin to show, and Sally's internal struggle intensifies. Does she continue to stay by Billy's side, offering him the support he refuses to accept, or does she walk away before she is dragged down further into his spiral of emotional chaos? She's caught between her love for him and the understanding that her own well-being might be at stake if she stays in a relationship that is fundamentally flawed. Billy, oblivious to the gravity of the situation, continues to make decisions that put him on a destructive path. His fear of vulnerability prevents him from opening up to Sally, and his failure to acknowledge the damage he's done to those who care about him could ultimately lead to his undoing. If he continues down this path, he risks losing Sally entirely. What Billy doesn't see is that his actions are pushing her away. Sally, who once believed that she could fix him or help him find a better way, now realizes that some things are beyond her control. If she stays with Billy, she will only become a victim of his self-sabotage, and her own happiness will continue to be on hold. The stakes are even higher now. If Sally chooses to leave Billy, he will have lost not only the woman who has supported him but also his last chance at finding redemption. His reckless behavior and emotional immaturity will have cost him everything. On the other hand, if Billy can somehow face the truth about his actions and finally take responsibility for his mistakes, he might still have a chance to rebuild the relationships he's broken. But that would require a level of self-awareness and growth that Billy has yet to demonstrate. In the midst of this chaos, Victor Newman, who has long been a thorn in Billy's side, watches from the sidelines, ever critical of Billy's behavior. Victor has always believed that Billy, despite his charm and potential, has never truly grown up. His judgment of Billy's behavior is harsh, but there's a sense of truth in it. Victor sees a man who refuses to learn from his past mistakes, a man who can never be trusted with the family legacy because he lacks the maturity and foresight to handle it. Victor's relationship with Billy has always been fraught with tension, and while he may never admit it, Victor's tough love approach stems from a place of fatherly concern. Victor sees Billy's inability to take responsibility as a reflection of his own emotional immaturity. It's clear that Victor, despite his hard exterior, has a deep understanding of what it takes to succeed, and he knows that Billy is nowhere near ready for that kind of responsibility. As Billy continues to spiral, the question remains, will he ever confront his own issues, or will he continue to live in the shadow of his past mistakes? Sally's patience is running thin, and if Billy doesn't change, he will risk losing her and all the opportunities for personal growth that she represents. Meanwhile, Jill's efforts to repair their relationship may seem like the last hope for Billy, but if he continues to reject her support, he may lose her trust as well. Sally's decision will be a turning point for both her and Billy. Will she stay and continue to support him, or will she finally recognize that she deserves more than a man who refuses to grow? Billy's future is in his own hands, but whether he can change his behavior and stop sabotaging himself is another matter entirely. In the latest twists of The Young and the Restless, a shocking revelation has surfaced regarding the car accident that left Noah Newman in critical condition in Los Angeles. It appears that this may not have been an ordinary accident, but rather a carefully orchestrated plot involving a mysterious figure named Mitch. Mitch, whose connections are still shrouded in secrecy, is not just a shadow in the background. He has ties to Sienna Bacall, a character with a complex and troubling past. The deeper the investigation into Noah's accident goes, the clearer it becomes that this may have been a calculated move, possibly involving a hitman and a darker scheme unfolding in the shadows of Genoa City. Mitch's role in this unfolding mystery raises a multitude of questions. Could he have been the mastermind behind the crash, and if so, what was his motive? Sienna, as Mitch's lover, may hold the key to understanding his involvement in this nefarious plan. Her own motivations, tied to the elusive Mitch, are bound to add layers of intrigue to the investigation. Mitch's involvement in Sienna's life may hint at larger connections, possibly with dangerous figures from Noah's past, or even people from the world of organized crime. The plot grows darker as it becomes clear that Noah's accident was no mere fluke, but part of something much bigger and more sinister. Sharon Newman and Nick Newman, who have already been through so much with their children, are thrown into a whirlwind of confusion and suspicion as they receive word about Noah's accident. The two are planning to meet Noah in Los Angeles, expecting to hear more about his potential project and ambitions, but instead, they find themselves at his bedside, dealing with the aftermath of what may have been a targeted attack. This sudden shift from planning a reunion with their son to dealing with his life-threatening condition shakes them to their core. Their meeting, which was supposed to be a simple family catch-up, is now clouded by uncertainty and fear for Noah's life. The emotional toll on Schick, as fans affectionately call Sharon and Nick, is immense, as they try to piece together the truth behind the accident. As more information surfaces, the dark undertones of Noah's situation begin to emerge. The accident itself appears suspicious, too calculated to be accidental, and it hints at a far-reaching conspiracy that has its roots in Mitch's mysterious background. Could Mitch have ordered the hit on Noah, either as a personal vendetta or part of a much larger criminal plot? The suspicion surrounding the accident deepens as Sharon and Nick are left with more questions than answers. They must now grapple with the possibility that Noah's accident was a deliberate act of sabotage, intended to bring him harm for reasons they don't yet understand. In addition to the growing tension around Noah's accident, there is also a crucial subplot involving Noah's business dealings. He had recently been in talks with a project developer in Los Angeles, exploring the idea of opening a new club. But now, instead of discussing business ventures with his parents, Noah's parents are facing the grim reality of their son's condition and the potential threats that were targeting him. What was he involved in that could have put him in harm's way? Could the development of this nightclub have played a part in the attack? These questions remain unanswered as Sharon and Nick work tirelessly to uncover the truth. They are determined to find out why their son, who was so full of ambition and promise, has been thrust into the middle of a dangerous conspiracy. The most shocking twist in this story is the sudden and unexplained change in Noah's role on the show. The character has been recast, and fans are now left to wonder how this shift will impact the storyline and the mystery surrounding his accident. The recasting of Noah adds a layer of intrigue, as viewers are left wondering how the new actor will portray Noah's involvement in this complex web of secrets and lies. Is this recasting a clue in itself? Could it be that Noah's character is being redefined to align with the dark revelations that are yet to come? Or perhaps, his new role will bring him closer to the heart of the conspiracy that is threatening his life. For Sharon and Nick, this plot twist comes at a time when they are already emotionally fragile. Their past with Cassie, whom they lost in a car accident, haunts them, and the fear of losing another child is unbearable. Faith, their other daughter, was also recently involved in a car accident, adding to the deep-seated anxiety they feel about the safety of their family. The pain of losing a child once is something that they will never truly recover from, and the possibility of losing Noah in the same way is too much for them to handle. The weight of this reality is now on their shoulders, and they must navigate through the trauma of both the accident and the looming threat of what Noah may have been involved in. As Sharon and Nick prepare to investigate the truth behind Noah's accident, they are forced to confront the possibility that there are far greater forces at play than they ever imagined. Mitch, the mysterious figure behind the scenes, may be the key to unlocking the entire mystery, but his motives and connections are still unclear. The deeper Sharon and Nick dig into the web of secrets surrounding Noah's accident, the more they realize that this may be a conspiracy involving powerful individuals who are capable of much more than they ever anticipated. This intricate web of lies and danger that surrounds Noah's accident is only just beginning to unfold. Sharon and Nick, who have always prided themselves on being protective and strong for their children, are now forced to navigate a world where the stakes are much higher than they could have ever imagined. The revelations surrounding Mitch and the possible motives behind the accident will continue to develop, leading to a showdown that promises to shake the foundations of Genoa City to their core. The Young and the Restless continues to captivate its audience with high-stakes drama, and the story surrounding Noah Newman's accident is just the beginning of a larger, more dangerous mystery. As Sharon and Nick search for answers, and as Mitch's true role in the conspiracy slowly comes to light, fans are left eagerly anticipating the next chapter of this gripping saga. The future of Noah and the Newman family depends on how they navigate this perilous situation, and only time will tell what devastating secrets lie ahead.